Hello, my dear students. We have come towards the last part of this chapter, that is corrosion and rancidity. In the previous class, we have learned about the oxidation and reduction reactions. But where do we find the effect of this oxidation reaction in our everyday life? Let's see here. First, let us learn about the corrosion process. What do we mean by corrosion? It is nothing but the chemical reaction which occur when metals are attacked by the outside atmosphere like air or moisture. Here the question arises, what is the reason behind corrosion? What happens is when the metals are exposed to the outside environment such as moisture, air, etc., these metals will react with the air or moisture that is present in the atmosphere to form their respective oxide, because of which there is decrease in the quality of the metals. That is what we call deterioration of the metals. For example, you can see in case of iron. When iron is exposed to the outside environment, there is a rusting which takes place, because of which there is a formation of reddish brown flaky substance on iron. What is that brown flaky substance? It is nothing but hydrated ferric oxide. It is again due to the oxidation process. It will react with the moisture and oxygen that is present in the atmosphere to form hydrated ferric oxide. Not only in case of iron, most metals will get deteriorated when they react with the outside environment. See here, formation of metal oxide on metals like iron rust, black coating on silver items, green coating on copper item, they are all due to the effect of oxidation process. And when these metals are attacked by substance around it such as moisture, air, they are said to be corroded, and this process is called as corrosion. The question arises, what is the effect of corrosion? It will cause damage to the metals, and also it will destroy the functionality of metals. Not only this, there is also discoloration of the metals, and there is a loss of luster due to corrosion. These are all effects of corrosion. You might have seen the railway bridges, the big buildings, or the furnitures which are made up of metals, they get corroded. And huge amount of money is spent in order to prevent corrosion and also replace the corroded materials. So it is very important to prevent the corrosion of metals here. Otherwise, there is destruction in the functionality of these materials. Let's see here how can we prevent the corrosion here. By electroplating, galvanization, painting, using anti-rust solution, we can prevent the corrosion of metals. In case of electroplating, we use the process of coating a metal with a thin layer of another metal by the process of electrolysis, which will prevent the metal's corrosion. And the metals which are used in electroplating are like silver, chrome, zinc, tin, etc. It depends on the material which needs to be prevented from corrosion. And in case of galvanization, it is the process of applying a protective zinc coating, specially on the iron or steel, to prevent rusting. And as usual, we know about the painting. When painting is done on the metal surfaces, it will act as a barrier between the metal surface and the environment, which will prevent the surface of metal being corroded. And also, we can use anti-rust solution to prevent corrosion here. This is about the prevention of corrosion. Now, let's know another effect of oxidation reaction, that is rancidity. When oils and fats are oxidized or even allowed to stand for a long time, they become rancid and their smell and taste will change because the oils and fats are oxidized, which will cause the change in smell and taste. What happens when chips or any other oil fried items are exposed to the outside environment for a long time without preserving them? There is a change in taste and smell of those oil fried items. We have to prevent the contact of oxygen with those substances. Yes, how can we prevent it? Let's see here. Usually, substances which prevent oxidation, that is, antioxidants, are added to foods containing fats and oil. Antioxidants like BHA, BHT are used to prevent rancidity. BHA stands for butylated hydroxyanisole and BHT stands for butylated hydroxytoluene. It is just for your information purpose. Then another way to prevent rancidity is by keeping foods in refrigerators, because as the temperature is less, the process of oxidation is slowed down. And also, we can prevent rancidity by flushing the packets of oil fried items with nitrogen gas, because nitrogen is unreactive gas. The reactivity of nitrogen is very, very less. So, it prevents the food items from being oxidized with oxygen. This is how we can prevent the rancidity. So, this is all about the chapter chemical reactions and equations.